Take a look at this.
Good luck out there.
Yeah, we're in this together.
Yeah, my time to shine.
How about this one? The hull looks sturdy, and I don't see anyone aboard.
You're surprisingly into this.
Maybe you've got a criminal streak in you after all.
What? No,
What do you think, Eisen?
She'll do. Let's take her.
Eisen, everything all right?
We're almost at Lionel Island, all thanks to this ship. She's got a good compass.
Yeah.
If only my inner compass held as steady. From the first moment I laid eyes upon that demon, I think I knew it was Ifrid. But some part of me refused to accept it.
That's because you're Ifrid's friend, don't you think? After all, he taught you that the Reaper's curse was part of you, part of your creed.
We were lost at sea once. 20 straight days we floated together, close to death. And all he says is, you sure know how to liven up an adventure.
He sounds like an incredible person.
You did the same thing for Velvet, you know.
Only because you taught me how, Eisen. Your wheel is yours to hold, right?
That's right. That's what it is to live by one's...
Look, it's Lionel Island.
Not good. The Von Eltia's already there. We're too late.
Eleanor! What's going on? What happened? Horn's demon attacked us out of nowhere!
They're breathing. Barely.
Zavid rushed here to save us. Had he not come when he did, we'd all be dead.
This is all because I hesitated.
Where'd they go? Zavid lured the beast away, towards the interior.
Let's go.
Always ready to fight.
Another victory.
Right then, let's finish this!
Come on, really?
You're fighting a Reaper. Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try. Perfect mayhem! Who wants some mix?
We're finished here. Let's go.
is ours.
Is that demon really Ifreed?
Eisen would know better than anyone, so I'd take it as a fact.
But I thought when people have a strong will like you and Kurogane, they don't lose themselves upon becoming a demon. From how Eisen talks about him, I'd say his strength of will should be considerable.
Even if you don't lose yourself, a demon is a demon. When you change, you're no longer human. I don't remember how I felt as a human, but I bet the human me would have thought I'm a real monster.
But would the old part of Ifreed allow him to be so obedient to the Abbey?
No. He didn't seem to be following Melchior of his own free will. I imagine Melchior's illusory arts are at play.
Like what we saw at Loringen in a ball? Is that enough to control a demon?
They would seem so. But more importantly, someone with a psyche resilient enough to impress Eisen should be extraordinarily hard to turn into a demon.
So Melchior must be using a particularly nasty illusion, eh?
Ifreed, Eisen, please be okay. We have to hurry. Zavid's all alone.
Well, he's not exactly an ally. He's got his own creed. Remember the White-Horned Dragon? He might try to protect Ifreed.
So Eisen might too, right? This is Ifreed we're talking about, so...
He's a demon now. He's not Eisen's old buddy anymore.
Even if we can't bring him back to being human, there has to be something we can do to make him... himself again.
If he's a demon, he'll never be himself again. He attacked Benwick and the rest of his crew. The old Ifreed's gone.
So... what does Eisen plan to do?
I don't know. That's up to him. Worst case, we might have to fight him too. It's best you prepare yourself for that possibility.
But...
Zavid! You alright?
Stop! I know these fists. This is Ifreed.
Why didn't you fight back?
Ifreed. He pulled me back from the brink. I owe him. This time, it's my turn to bring him back.
A demon can never be human again.
Now what? That's supposed to make me change my creed? What do you think, Ifreed?
Savid!
Going after kids now? Benwick and your crew risked their lives by your side. Savid's an idiot, but he stands by his beliefs. I won't let anyone trample their creeds. Even you! I owe you everything, Ifreed. And now... it's time to pay it back!
Are you all right with this, Eisen?
I am. Let's settle this.
Easier said than done. He's a sturdy birdie.
Damn right he is. And that's why I've got to do this! Flash! But I'm this close. I won't get! Form zero!
End of the road.
taking hostages now.
I'm sorry. Just forget about me. I'm prepared for whatever happens.
All right. You've grown. You're a man now. Family, friends, everything I ever tried to hold on to, all of it trickled away, fell from my grasp. But a certain idiot once told me, if you can't hold something in your hand, then make a fist and take it by force. This fist will take everything back. Just like you told me to!
I know this fist. It's you. Sorry. Caused you a lot of trouble, didn't I?
Don't worry about it. We're friends, right?
Ifrid!
A demon changed back into a human?
Forget it. It's too late.
I'm sorry. If I only knew how to use my power.
Stop crying. Didn't you say you were prepared for anything?
But, Eisen, you were searching for Ifrid for so long.
You're still as soft as you ever were. Boy, I'll let you in on little secrets. Your power comes from being part of Innominat. Which means, if you can seal off his domain, you actually got a chance of putting up a good fight.
Seal off his domain?
The 4 elemental Empyreans sleeping in the earth pulses. If you can rouse them from their slumber. Hurry, while Artorias and Innominat are occupied. They're getting ready for some ceremony of suppression. It's now or never, kid.
Thank you, Ifrid.
I'm just sad I can't go with you. It sounds like a goddamn blast.
I won't apologize.
You shouldn't. I'm grateful. You always kept things from getting dull. If we ever meet again, let's raise some hell. Eisen.
Yeah, we will. See you, Ifrid. I owe you one, Zavid.
We had a chance to bring him back, but you went and killed him. Next time I see you, we'll settle the score between me and your creed.
See you around, Zavid.
So, we need to wake the 4 elemental Empyreans?
But how do we do it?
Dunno. Maybe you tickle their divine footsies with a feather until they...
You're back!
And you're looking better.
Somehow. But what happened to that demon?
We killed him. Benwick, he...
Let me tell him. The rest of you, find Grimoire, and ask her about the four Empyreans.
Eisen.
Are you sure?
Do it. He gave us this chance. We can't waste it.
Okay.
Resurrect the elemental Empyreans. True. If we do that, we might be able to suppress Inominat's domain.
It may even liberate the minds of the Malachim that Inominat has under his control.
I'm sure some will no longer obey their exorcists.
Good. We'll take a big bite out of their forces.
More importantly, Inominat will lose the ability to enhance the resonance of his exorcists. Most exorcists will no longer even be able to perceive Malachim at all, just like before. Of course, anyone as innately gifted as me is another story.
Will I... become unable to see Laphicet?
We won't know until we try.
Eleanor...
Then let's give it a shot. I'll accept whatever happens.
But these elemental Empyreans, they're gods, right? You sure it's okay to disturb their beauty sleep?
They control the four elements. Waking them is likely to upset the balance of the world quite a bit.
I'll take that as a no then.
We don't even know how to revive them. At worst.
If it's anything like the opening, then we need to offer a sacrifice at the Earth Pulse on a Scarlet Night.
We have to kill someone?
The act of killing is not essential to the ceremony. All that's needed is a soul free of malevolence.
If that's true, then doesn't Velvet already have a whole belly full of them?
The exorcists I devoured.
It's perfect! You're a Therian. You're capable of releasing the power you absorb. The souls of the high-ranking exorcists you ate should do nicely.
Use Oscar and Teresa's souls to resurrect the Empyreans?
It's worth a try at least. When's the next Scarlet Night? 3 years after the Advent. In other words, soon.
Do we have enough time? The four Empyreans are asleep in different places, right?
Correct. 4 Earth Pulses for 4 Empyreans. But if you use a life pool, you may be able to awaken all 4 at the same time.
A life pool?
Earth Pulses normally flow horizontally, but in exceptionally rare cases, they can flow vertically. This causes energy to collect at the Earth Pulse's base, forming a life pool. Though sometimes the energy flows the other way, upward, into what's called a life spring.
Oh! So if we make use of one of these life pools, a single sacrifice could reach all 4 Empyreans.
Where are they? There's a life pool in the northern reaches of Midgand, but I heard a large temple was built over it recently.
That's the Empyrean throne! We can't go there, it's Inominat's home base!
Ah, most unfortunate.
Couldn't we use a life spring? It all connects to the same place, right? We'll have to go against its flow, but...
We'll force the soul right down its throat.
Where's the nearest life spring?
Our best bet would be Mount Killerhouse.
Eisen?
I'm fine. What's done is done.
Killerhouse? That's the volcano on the northernmost tip of Northgand, but it's a hellscape of ice and lava!
Naturally. Killerhouse is the most powerful life spring there is.
So, in short, we shove the souls of the exorcists into the molten core of that volcano.
That should awaken the 4 elemental Empyreans. Together, they will seal off Inominat's domain. It's just a theory, but...
It's one I'll put my money on.
Me too.
Then we're off to Northgand. Mount Killerhouse is north of Hellawes. Take a look at this.
Great! Let's...
Show him how I...
The ship's ready to sail. Where are you headed?
We don't have a problem. If you've got a grudge, we can settle it here and now.
Huh? Why would we have a grudge against you guys? The first mate fought like the first mate. The captain died like the captain, right?
I suppose.
Then no swabby here can blame you for what happened. We're Ifrit's pirates, and don't forget it. We're not so pathetic that we need pity from some Lord of Calamity.
All right. The ship's in your hands.
Aye aye. You can count on us.
The Von Eltia looks the same as ever. But it feels utterly different, doesn't it?
Yeah. Even Benwick looked like he'd been crying.
I can imagine. But if we let ourselves despair now, we'd be a disgrace to Ifrit's creed.
We have to swallow our anger and grief, and sail on.
Right. Following a creed isn't always pleasant. We must do what we must.
I won't allow the Abbey to do things like this.
Destroying someone like that. Turning them into a puppet. It's unconscionable.
Still, a heart can never be fully bridled. It can be shattered, but never erased entirely.
Ifrid proved that.
Right. His body is gone, but he lives on through his crew. Magilu is right. What lives in one's heart can never be erased.
Yeah. The heart is eternal.
I see. Orichalcum or not, Stormquell snapped like a twig.
I'm afraid so. It was Innominat who did it. But I think Shigure could have done the same.
So hardness alone isn't enough. Forgive me. I thought I had found clarity, but it was only foolish pride.
You should be proud. You are, without a doubt, the greatest swordsmith in the world. I'm looking forward to your next blade.
Even now, you would still place your trust in me.
Of course. Is there any other swordsmith who could craft a blade out of Orichalcum? You're a master of your art. A visionary who spent centuries working to forge a blade of legend. I'm honored to know you.
I don't know what to say.
Unless, of course, you've given up on making a sword to surpass Stormhowl.
Does this look like the face of a man who's given up?
Not in the least.
We're making good time.
The only problem is that ceremony that Artorias was going on about. We don't know how long it'll take.
Ifrid said they called it the Ceremony of Suppression. Most likely, it's how Innominat plans to release his power.
Most likely. He hasn't absorbed Laphicet in your despair, so Innominat should still be incomplete. But if his powers fully awaken...
Humanity will be robbed of their free will.
I can hear them celebrating now. The uglinesses of the human soul are suppressed. And the world is free of malevolence! Hurrah! Hurrah!
Robbing humanity of its will. They'll be like I once was. Something's coming!
Hey, please guys, let's not fight!
This is a domain?
Inominat's domain.
Their wills have been stolen.
It's not been fully sealed away yet. Rokuro, give him a good smacking. Wake him up!
On it.
Aizen!
Got it. We'll put in at the nearest harbor. To Port Zexen!
I feel like some jerk played tug of war with my brain.
Dig up some spirit. They're trying to strip away your will.
Oh no! Look! It's that merchant! You're all right!
I do not deserve to be all right. I used people, stepped on them just to make a profit. I even aided wanted criminals so that I could expand my business. My soul is black with ugliness and can never be forgiven.
Huh? No, wait! Stop!
The world needs to be purified of malevolence. I don't belong here. I have to die. I have to die. I have to die.
No, it's not right!
Oh!
You can die if you want, but saying you have to die is a good way to make my blood boil.
Those awakened to their own malevolence seek to end their lives. Welcome to Artorias' uncompromising world of reason.
First they steal humanity's rudder, and now they want to say who lives and who dies?
We should find out what's happening here, unless you'd rather not see.
You're right. I wouldn't. But I won't hide from the truth any longer.
Before anything else, we'll need to confirm just how far his power reaches. Let's head to Logris.
Inominat suppression. Is this the ideal world the Abbey envisions?
Bien! There's no life in anyone's eyes! This This isn't a fun place at all! It's not just people's minds being shackled. They're being forced to die, too. It's terrible.
Why would dying be part of anyone's ideal world?
Even under such strict control, new sins can still rise to the surface. If that happens, it's better to end the life of the sinner. Melchior came to the same logical conclusion.
What utter rubbish.
Anyway, we need to get to Logris.
So this is the result of their ceremony of suppression.
Seems that way. They've brought their peace to mankind.
What's going to happen to the world? How far will Innominat's power spread? When his domain expanded, I felt a faraway power suddenly come closer. It was enough to blot out the whole sky. I'm sure it's covered other towns too.
His domain has certainly extended to at least the entire populace of this country. Otherwise, what would be the point?
That means what happened at Port Zexen is happening everywhere.
Everyone is either a puppet, or...
dead by their own hands.
Innominat created this ideal hell in a single moment. That's the power we're up against.
So we few are standing against a truly monumental force.
This is your last chance to turn back.
Turn back to what exactly?
Forward or back, we're headed into hell either way.
At least this way, I'll have my own free will. I'd prefer a living damnation to that oblivion.
Well, don't come crying to me later.
Let's move along then.
I was a fool for trying to sell commemorative chalices to the people visiting the Empyrean's throne. Happiness can't be bought with ill-gotten gains made through deception. In an effort to change my malevolent ways, I sold my shop and entered the holy priesthood. Rather than pursue my own greed, I've chosen to dedicate my life to bringing the sacred teachings to all.
Wow, look how shiny and pure he is. So this is what happens when Innominat suppresses all of someone's sins and desires.
How nauseating. And this is the kind of world they're trying to create.
Hey, you're Kakiku's menagerie.
Ooh, close. It's Magilu's menagerie.
I apologize for always demanding that you entertain me, despite my inability to even remember your name correctly. I'm also sorry to you, miss, for always insisting you do that tedious little bird impression of yours. I feel so bad I could just punch myself. Nay, I must.
I'm not sure if I'm more angry or confused.
It is wrong to seek pleasure from viewing petty tricks and pointless entertainment. Honest hard work alone is right. Someone such as I, who was unable to live in accordance to the simplest of truths, should disappear from this earth. Please, use that special trick you told me of. Make me disappear forever.
First, I took nectar to escape all my hardships, and I drank to run from all my pain. Even if I resisted, endured the pain, nothing changed. I've spent my life running. I'm pathetic, but I won't run anymore. I'm disposing of all the drinks in town. What the world needs now isn't dependence, but freedom. And I'll see that we have it.
Hey now, that's the kind of repentance that should only come the morning after a night of fun and too much drink.
And if you're afraid of losing yourself, drinking is a far better option than falling under Innominat's control.
must accept that we all grow old. I can no longer perform the physical labor that allowed me to benefit society. I no longer deserve to live here. I must find a place far from others. There, I will await a quiet death.
This isn't someone accepting that they'll grow old. This is him refusing to grow old.
If this spreads, we'll have no more old people at all.
Pets consume precious resources and grant no tangible benefit to society. That's why I say we should throw them all back outside. It's only right.
I threw away my friend's entire pet beetle collection. This is all for the—
But I want to keep my rhinostagros.
It was the height of foolishness for a low-born person like me to hold on to romantic fantasies about Prince Percival. I should seek a male companion suitable to my form, beauty, appearance. All are superfluous.
While what she's saying isn't technically wrong, it really creeps me out.
Even the capital is silent as death.
Innominat's power did all of this. A god among gods.
Fountains are purely decorative and serve no purpose to the collective good of mankind. They must be purged.
Not just the fountains. The streets and houses are filled with unnecessary extravagances. Comfort is another word for vanity. It is a lie that breeds only envy and war. All vanity must be purged.
Yes, we cannot let ourselves be ruled by desire. We must control ourselves and lead lives of purity.
If they keep abandoning desire after desire, eventually they'll abandon even their desire to live.
Isn't there anyone here who still has free thought?
I hope so. There has to be.
Mommy!
That was a child.
Mommy! I'm scared! Mommy!
Don't show any feelings, dear.
If they spot you, they'll...
Prince Percival! Tabitha!
You're still you!
For two!
Demons? In the capital?
No, they're Malachim.
I can't even call that a fight.
Tabitha, your mind's still your own?
Yes, somehow. But Prince Percival and that girl...
Looks like those Malachim took them away somewhere.
The prince was trying to help us get away. He said that the Abbey was gathering those who still had control of their own will at the villa.
We need to go after the prince and see just what's going on at the villa.
We don't know what sort of defenses they have at the front gate. Let's sneak in through the back.
Good plan. Back into the catacombs, then.
You got it.
So those weren't demons, they were Malachim.
Yes. They were probably ordered to hunt down any humans who still possess free will. Inominat isn't whole, and his suppressive powers are not yet absolute. So he must be using the Malachim to find anyone he missed and process them. Sounds like him. Process?
Be it a prince or a little girl.
I wonder if Tabitha's alright.
I don't think she'll be suppressed so easily.
Aye. She's got more grit than the average soldier.
But even if she resists suppression, if the Abbey finds her...
She'd stand out even more with us. She ran an entire shadow network. Finding a place to hide will be child's play for her.
Maybe she was just pretending to be an old woman.
Huh? But I really loved Tabitha's cooking.
I'm just kidding. You don't run into a woman that tough every day.
She's been living in society's shadows since before we were born. If she heard you were worried, she'd laugh and say you're wasting your time.
Then we should be on our way to the villa.
Our scout ship has returned!
Scout ship.
My mind is...
A channeling circle!
He's eating their will directly!
With an entrance like this, it's almost like...
Like we're a bunch of heroes.
Hey, no fair! You were supposed to say, like what? you all right?
Yes, thank you. Well, I know I can still feel scared out of my wits at least.
It's all right now. We'll help you find your mommy, and then
Mommy was executed. They killed her because she stole food to give to me. But that's okay. They had to. Mommy was acting against reason.
So this is the true face of their suppression.
Yes, this is the ideal world sought by Shepherd Artorias. As long as malevolence gave rise to demons, this was the only way. That's why the Kingdom of Midgand consented to his plan. But I will never consent.
A world without sadness, but also without joy. A world without hate, but also without love.
You suppose the whole world's like this now?
No. Even this close to the Empyrean's throne, some here have held on to their free will. Still, we don't have much time.
Right. I can feel Inominat's domain spreading even now. It's incomplete, but it's quickly growing stronger.
Even we might be suppressed if this keeps up, and then it'll be reason o'clock all day long.
Prince, Griffin is doing well.
Good. That's good. I'm happy. Truly. Until now, I thought I was just a tool to serve my country. But when my feelings were being torn from me, I felt myself want something. No, I thought. I don't want this. I don't want to lose who I am. I understand the true horror of this ideal world now. I know it's selfish to put this burden on you, but I beg you, stop all this. Stop Shepherd Artorias.
You said something to me once. A bird that cannot fly is no bird at all. And now I say this to you. People stripped of their feelings can never truly be alive.
Yeah, that's how I used to be.
We're going to defeat Artorias. We're going to make this world one where we can be ourselves. We're doing it for us, not for you.
You've changed, haven't you?
You really have. You used to be a sword wielded by your own hatred. But now, you're in control. You're the one who swings the blade.
Even if I still don't know when to sheathe it.
Don't worry. When danger comes, I'll be there to protect you.
My, I'm jealous. It must be nice to have a reliable young man like that by your side.
It certainly is. Our Fee's a gallant soul.
Eisen, about Captain Ifrid.
I dealt with him. But the Abbey, they stomped all over Ifrid's pride to achieve this suppression of theirs. With these hands, I will destroy them.
Then I'm going to be selfish too. And as just another flawed human being, I will offer a humble prayer that you succeed.
Well, I'm pumped. Who wants to go cut our way into this throne of theirs?
We can't just barge in, Sword for Brains. We gotta prepare.
We stick to the plan. Wake up the four Empyreans and take Inominat's domain away from him.
Artorias said the ceremony wouldn't be complete until the Scarlet Night.
Will they complete the ceremony first, or will we awaken the Empyreans? It's a gamble,
Well, moping won't get us anywhere. Let's head to Mount Killerhouse.
Right. It's time to suppress the suppression.
Eleanor, did the Exorcists know about this when they agreed to help Artorias?
They couldn't have. The exorcists I know fought for a world where people could live their lives in happiness and peace.
But then how do you explain the fact that the Exorcists seem to accept what's going on?
Maybe that was just what I wanted to believe.
It could be that Innominat's suppression is also affecting the Exorcists.
You mean Innominat might have taken control of their will and made them his tools?
Completely believable. Exorcists are too hard-headed to be open to much persuasion.
If I stayed with the Abbey, I might have accepted this world too. Thank you, Laphicet. It's your strength that protects my heart from wavering.
You really think so?
Of course I do. Have a little more self-confidence.
Guess it's a good thing I captured you then.
That's true. I owe you my gratitude as well. Thank you.
Seriously?
Quite. To be able to express what's in my heart is a wonderful thing.
You still drive me mad, but I can't disagree there.
Even when not yet fully awakened, Innominat can extend his reach to the entire world.
The other towns are probably in the same sorry state as the ones we've seen. Or perhaps even worse.
Magilu, is there some art that can awaken Malachim?
What do you mean?
Well, if I could just use the flames of purification properly.
Even if you could alter reality with that power, you'd end up destroying yourself in the process. Do you want to awaken that badly?
I need more power.
For Velvet's sake?
For her too, but I hate what the Abbey is doing. It's just wrong. This world of theirs is without any joy. I just want to do everything I can to stop them. This is what I want, with my own free will, and
I know of no such art. And even if I did, it wouldn't help you.
Huh?
You've already found strength in your heart. There's no magic that can make that stronger. What you need is to be ready and determined. And to be brave.
I guess you're right. Thanks, Magilu.
No thanks necessary. 100 gold will cover it.
You want me to pay you?
Hey, good advice isn't free. What do I look like, a sidewalk psychiatrist? I'm a witch.
She always has to be so difficult.
I think I'm finally getting the hang of cooking without testing the taste.
You know, I've always thought you were a really good cook, Velvet.
It's not so hard. All you have to do is follow the recipe. After my sister died, I always did the cooking. The most important thing is adding just the right amount of salt, and the final adjustments of flavor. Oh, and once you're just about done, you have to make a wish that it turns out tasty.
You wish for flavor?
Yeah, so long as you do that, anything will turn out tasting good. Celica taught me that.
It sounds like your sister was quite the master chef.
Oh, I don't know about that. But now I'll never be her match. I've lost my taste, sure, but I've also forgotten what it even feels like to taste something delicious. What I make isn't really food. It's merely sustenance.
I don't think that's true, Velvet. This is great. You're a fine chef, Velvet.
I just remembered something my sister said. She always wished for our food to taste good, because she wanted to see us happy when we ate it.
Oh?
And she said I ate like a pig, too.
I don't think you do.
It's a good thing. You should eat a lot, too, so you can grow up big and strong.